Hello everybody, welcome to the Veg Report. My name is Glenn.
And my name is Sarah, and in this show we try to offer helpful information about being a vegetarian or vegan.
Today's show, the morality of veganism.
We've been having this conversation about the moral and spiritual reasons to be vegan. This is an ongoing discussion we've been having, and we thought it was a good time to talk about why to go vegan and even go beyond being a vegetarian.
Recently, we became vegans after being longtime vegetarians, and we wanted to tell you more about our experiences. I was raised on a carnivorous diet, but I always felt disgusted by meat some ways. I had a hard time with eating fat and gristle. It always disgusted me. I never even knew people were vegetarian until I found out one of my friends was a vegetarian, and I decided to give it a try. I became a vegetarian in 1992 or 93. It was hard then. A lot of places didn't have vegetarian options. The more I learned though, the more I became dedicated to being a vegetarian. A few months ago, I became vegan. I could no longer ignore the facts about factory farming and the way chickens and cows are being treated. Also, as I continued to do research for the show, I became more influenced towards veganism. After seeing a presentation by a friend who is also a vegan chef, I was finally convinced. I became vegan.
On my end, I first became a vegetarian in 1990. I was 13 and I was heavily influenced by the environmental and animal rights movements at that time. I didn't grow up eating a lot of meat, so it wasn't too hard, and I felt really strongly at that time as a young person that it was really the right thing to do. And then I think I stayed a vegetarian more by habit and accident than anything. Even while many people I know tried being vegetarian for brief periods of time, somehow I've lasted all these years. And then recently I became a vegan. I thought it would be a good opportunity to support Glenn and to live more in alignment with my own values and thinking about how animals are treated. I have been fairly veganish on and off for years. I also think health-wise it is healthier to be consuming plant-based foods. And I've been greatly interested in how living a plant-based diet may end hunger and add more food for more people all around the world. For me, it's also a human rights issue, and I really do believe the more compassion we have for animal lives, then the more compassion there will be for our human ones. Glenn and I have also been having a lot of conversations about the morality of harming animals, and we were influenced, as he said, by our research for the show. It seems in recent years, with more and more options now available, it's even much easier to be a vegan than, when both of us first became vegetarians years ago, and so we decided to give it a go. So, Glenn, how do you think it's been for you to be a vegan these last several months?
It's been a lot easier becoming vegan than it was to become vegetarian. When I became a vegetarian, it was really hard because it was in the early 90s, and where I grew up, there wasn't a lot of vegetarian options. People looked at me sideways when I asked for if they had anything vegetarian at a local restaurant. It was always the side salad. Because it was so hard to find vegetarian options, I ended up losing a lot of weight. I mean, I did make my way through it, and I found things that worked over time, but I ended up losing like 20 to 30 pounds. And now that I'm vegan, it's been so easy as far as choices of food. I haven't lost any weight at all.
Yeah, and what's been, besides the fact that you haven't lost any weight, what's been the most surprising thing to you about being vegan?
How many restaurants there are in the Bay Area and in the country and even the world that are vegan. I mean, Sarah has a Happy Cow app, and we sometimes look up different places in the country or the world to see if they have vegan options. And there's so many. It's surprising. It's really become quite mainstream. I don't know. I mean, maybe not as mainstream as I would like, but it's become more popular, and I'm really grateful for that. And just how beneficial it is for the planet for eating a plant-based diet and not even eating dairy or eggs. It just it could help end global warming. I believe from my own research, I think that's a distinct possibility if the world became vegan. So, yeah.
Yeah, and on my end, I've actually found it to be fairly easy to be vegan, much more than I would have thought it would have been. I've had a couple of challenging situations here or there where I had to think about what to eat. But for the most part, I always thought, I could never give up dairy or eggs, but it's been quite easy, much easier than I would have thought. And I found there's many options, and surprising to me as well how trendy it is to be vegan right now. Even for people who are not full-time vegan, I think a lot of people are interested in more plant-based meals or options. Certainly a lot of vegan restaurant opportunities, but then also a lot of places who offer more vegan options for people who may not even be vegan but just sometimes like to eat vegan. And that's been surprising to me as someone who began as, a 1990s side salad option restaurant, like you said, Glenn, vegetarian. So I've been surprised how easy it's been.
Right on.
Well, that's all for our show today. Thank you so much.
Hey, and if you like the show, please subscribe. We appreciate it.
Okay, bye. Have a great day.
Thanks, everybody.